I've learned that you can see how much money you've spent in TF2, and I am absolutely horrified. Now, this is a question I get asked a lot. How much have you spent in this game? How did you get all of those items? How much did it cost you? And all of that stuff, and like any other variation of that same question. And before we even click and see what this number is, I just want to tell you that the majority of my items come from trading or donations more recently, since I started streaming properly again in like 2017 or so. So I can imagine that this number that you're about to see is probably going to be less than what my backpack is worth, purely because I wasn't too bad at trading. But before we get into seeing how much I've spent on TF2, I just want to let you guys know that a bunch of you watching these videos every single day aren't actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if that's you and the subscribe button down below the video is red, I'd really appreciate you going down there and clicking on it. And also check my Patreon out as well. I'm scared I've spent a little bit too much money. Alright, so the way that you check this is actually very simple. On your profile, you can see where your badges are. You just click into that and scroll down to where your TF2 badge is. I had to scroll quite a long way because I was getting random badges to try and level up my Steam account. But once you get it, you should see the how do I earn card drops. And if we click that, we see how much money I have actually spent on the game. So I have spent almost 2 grand in Team Fortress 2. Jesus Christ. I don't know if that's more than I thought or less than I thought I would have spent. It's obviously a lot and probably over 1,000 or so more than I would have wished I would have spent at this point. But I think it could have been way worse. That's really not as bad actually as I thought it was going to be. After I've thought about it a little bit longer, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. So one important thing I think that you guys need to remember is that I've been making money playing this video game for years now. YouTube has been a sort of a job for me, even if not full time, since high school, and I graduated uni last year. So that gives you like a time scale of how much time I've spent actually making money from making videos on this video game. So there's actually a chance that a lot of the money I made when I was younger, I just spent in TF2 to try and get a head start in trading. Maybe I did some of that for content. I don't actually know or remember. But some of that money also went into like the new taunts when they all came out, so I could show those off in a video. Which, you know, it kind of helps my case a little bit because I was spending money on content rather than just TF2 items. I was buying TF2 items, let's be honest. I think as well as that money, a couple $100 of that was probably Jake, who is one of my top donators on streams. Twitch.tv/spike_mikey, by the way. And he was basically just sending me Steam wallet funds to try and unbox some good stuff. And if I unboxed an unusual, I gave it back to him pretty much. I didn't get many unusuals, so he kind of stopped giving me money to unbox with. So that counts for a little bit of this money because obviously it's spent on the Manco store and that's what this is counting. I'm actually already doing that thing where I'm trying to make this seem more okay in my brain and defend myself for doing the stupid things that I've done. And another thing that I kind of want to say is that I've cashed out more money than this in TF2 items I've owned in the past. That's not meant to be a flex or anything, but it's just what I did. I bought my PC that I'm recording videos on right now with TF2 items. So all that money I've spent on this game, I've made back and even more than that. And to be honest, that had always been the plan for me. I got into trading because it was a free way to make money. And while you aren't selling all of your items for actual cash, you will just be able to own really cool items. And I really was into the items and, you know, I like making money. Like the TF2 items I've sold in the past have helped me out with like my car insurance when that was coming up and I wasn't quite ready for it. Obviously the PC, like I said, some equipment for videos and everything like that. A lot of that stuff has come from TF2 items or making TF2 videos, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I'd say this number is quite a lot to have spent in a video game that is absolutely 100% free, but it's been worth it. I do feel like I'm in a very fortunate position to be able to make money playing a video game, even though most of the time I spend editing. And I'm stupidly grateful that I've managed to trade up for items that I could sell to literally buy myself a computer to carry on doing the thing that I absolutely love doing. So there we have it. That is how much money I've spent on TF2. It was maybe a bit more than I thought, but it's much better than it could have been, and maybe even less than a lot of you guys were actually expecting yourselves. I would love to see how much money you guys have spent if you want to share that kind of information. It would be quite cool to compare with you guys and see how much we've invested into the silly little hack game. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you leave it a like and also subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it and you want to see more content from me. Also, if you want to maybe help me make back some of the money I spent, then there's a link to my stickers and my Patreon down below in the description as well. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video once again. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another one. Goodbye.